This podcast is brought to you by Do Big Things. As you've heard before, I always talk about the idea of doing big things. And one of the big things that I'm doing, a friend and I are putting on a conference here in South Florida. Now, I know a lot of you are not going to be able to make it, but I would love to get your backing on this conference. We're doing an Indiegogo campaign, crowdfunding. This is bigger than the both of us. And we want to make this movement to motivate and inspire others to do big things. I would love for you to check out the campaign. Go to dobigthings.net. Again, dobigthings.net. Would love to get your support and back in this campaign. Thank you guys so much. TSE Hustlers League, baby. As you know, each week I have the privilege of meeting with some sales professionals in a private mastermind sales training group we call TSE Hustlers League. Some of them are new to sales. Some of them are experienced sellers. But the whole goal of our group is to motivate, inspire, and to teach them tactics and strategies that can help them to perform better in their role as seller. This week, I'm going to share a snippet of one of our segments. You're going to love this episode. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist podcast. I'm your host, Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist, and I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. As you heard in a teaser, in that little ad that I have going on there, I am so stoked for our big conference coming up, Do Big Things. Do Big Things is all about motivating and inspiring individuals like yourselves to go out and take action. I don't care if that action is to blow out your best sales year ever, or maybe that action is to start a business or to work with a nonprofit organization and go serve a mission for a couple years. Whatever your big thing is, our goal with the Do Big Things conference is to inspire and motivate individuals to take action. We do nothing when we sit down and just think and research. We have to take action. Because of taking action, that is why we have the podcast. That is why we have the TSC Sales Training Organization. And that is why I am a professional speaker now. It's all because I took action and I want to motivate and inspire others to do so. My buddy Travis Thomas and I are putting this conference on, and I would love for you to check it out. So I want to give a big shout out this week to a few folks who've backed the conference so far. Huge shout out to James Kinson. Also want to give a big shout out to Juan Cano. Huge shout out as well to Martin Clay. Also want to give a big shout out this week to Stephen Hart, Bobby Gabriel, Reginald Taylor. Gus, thank you guys so much for sharing and for commenting, telling about the conference. Shay Harms, thank you so much. Jeremy, thank you so much. I appreciate all you guys going out there hustling, telling others about the conference, back in the conference and so forth. So really appreciate it. Thank you. It means a lot to me. This conference is bigger than any one individual, any two individuals. It's a movement that we want to start to get everyone excited to take action and to do big things. So thank you so much. And if you want to learn more, as I mentioned earlier, you can find more information at dobigthings.net. Let me say that again because I'm over here getting so excited. I'm just running over my words. It's dobigthings.net. Again, dobigthings.net. Would love for you to check it out and learn more about it. Now, as I mentioned, TSE Hustlers League, baby. This is awesome because every week I get a chance to share a principle with this group of sellers. And it's amazing when you can see people take the things, apply them, and to start to see a difference in the way that they perform, right? That's like the exciting part. And, the podcast, I love my podcast and I have the opportunity to be here with you guys. But with an intimate group like this, it's really cool because unfortunately, I don't get a chance to talk to all of you guys on a personal level, right? But with TSE Hustlers League, I get to talk to these individuals on a personal level and to see some of the challenges that they're going through and then over months and see how they have improved and how they're making more money. That's like an awesome part. And it just makes me really excited. If you want to learn more and to check out our community and join TSE Hustlers League, just go to this episode show notes page, thesalesevangelist.com/episode 370. Again, thesalesevangelist.com/episode and the number 370, and you can get connected. Join for just $1 for the month, and then it's $37 a month after. But I promise you, you'll see a significant increase. But this week, I want to talk a little bit more as you listen to the snippet, because again, it's a 1 hour group meeting. I can't share all of that, but I'm taking the little snippets, and you'll see I spoke about this study that I found in this book, 3 Value Conversations. Phenomenal book. Check it out again, 3 Value Conversations. But the concept is, what can we do with the insights that we know? How can we create the unconsidered need or share the unconsidered need with our prospects? In the study, they had 4 individual sellers that were pretending to be bankers. So they were salespeople who were bankers, and they were trying to pitch a line of credit to a company. And the individuals that were being pitched to, I think they did over 400 different individuals. And these individuals were told they were CEOs, and their job was to select a package that's going to work best for them for a $1 million line of credit. The 4 different types of salespeople that came in, one was someone who was a standard, typical salesperson, did their pitch. The second was individual that added value. The third was someone who shared the unconsidered need last in their presentation. And the fourth was someone who shared the unconsidered need first. Listen to the study and see how these individuals were able to go about with presenting their value and see which one works best. And you could take this and apply it to you. So I'm just going to, as you know, with TSE Hustlers League is a webinar that we do each week. So the audio is not as crisp as here on a podcast, but the value is still richly there.
There's a concept called the unconsidered need. And I'll tell you this story. There was a professor, Stanford University graduate school, and he did a test with the idea of unconsidered needs. They tested the effect of unconsidered needs and pitches in their sales presentation. So they gave an example of this organization, this company that was going into financial rough times, right? So they started looking at lending. They started looking at financial institutions that can give them a line of credit that they can have. Everyone had the same exact principle. All the participants were instructed that they'll imagine that they were seeking a $10 million line of credit, that they would view a pitch from these lenders. The first one was a standard one. In the standard pitch, they went straight forward. They shared that they could offer $10 million and a $10 million line of credit at a competitive rate, and that they told them that their bank has been around for 75 years in the community, and it can provide the company with plenty of help they need. So it's a similar approach as most sales pitches nowadays. A sales rep comes in, and I hate this part. They talk about their company and say, we've been around for 5-10 minutes. We've been around for this long. We've been doing this. These are some of the awards that we won. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about you. They care about fixing their problem. They care about what can you do for them. And a lot of businesses don't get that. So the standard approach in this study, all of them went along and they came along and did the same thing, the pitches. The second one was added value. They, in addition to saying they've been in the community for so long, they started to say, well, our bank has on-staff experts that can help you, and they can provide a wide range of services. Then came the unconsidered need last. So the unconsidered need, it is something that they don't know that is affecting them, right? I imagine the unconsidered need sometimes, like if you were to go to the hospital and you said that you, like for instance, me, I have a cough. So I'm like, okay, I need to get something to get rid of my cough. I need some cough drops, right? But then the doctors find out that it's not a cough, that I have bronchitis. I mean, that is something that I want to fix even more, right? It's something that I didn't even think about, that I didn't even know about, that provided more insights and more ideas to me on how bronchitis could affect my health. So I don't have bronchitis. I'm just saying that right now. So if you're watching the recording, I'm okay. But the unconsidered need, the third companies, they came in with the unconsidered need last. So they told the same exact thing. They began to pitch just like the standard pitch. Then they added the value like the previous guy did. But the lender, they also went along and started to share more. So following all of the information, the basic information, they said specifically, you should also know that the industry data suggests blank. And the industry data that he said was that 42% of companies that take cash infusion during challenging economic times end up failing due to underlying problems in their processes and operations, sales, and marketing. So thus, this guy went on to talk about their bank and how they have on-staff experts who could help the companies make sure that they go through these turbulent times without having a deep impact on them. Yeah, so the first guy just did a standard pitch. Second guy came in his pitch, he went in further and said, we have experts on staff. The third guy came in and gave some unconsidered need, because most companies who get these lines of credit, most companies don't know this. They don't keep that stuff. But because this guy is a financial institution, they recognize these challenges that people who take lines of credit, usually they have more problems, and the more problems that they have, even though they get an infusion of money into their account, into their bank, into their business, that it doesn't solve their problem. The problem is that they have problems in their processes and operations, sales, and marketing. But their on-staff experts can help with that. So he provided a solution with this unconsidered need that the companies weren't even thinking about. But there's a fourth guy that came in, and what he did, he said everything that they said but he said the unconsidered need first. So he came in, started talking to them, and then he started highlighting the unconsidered need first, saying that, most companies who take a line of credit, the problem that they have in the next 3-4 years, or 42% of them, shows that they still don't fix their underlying problem. And the underlying problem is that they have financial crisis, they don't have a process in place, they don't have the proper marketing, they don't have the proper this. But we have people in-house that's able to help with that. We have people, we've been around for this long, and then he goes into a pitch and tell them what he has to offer. So he did everything else that all the other groups did. And the study showed when they were able to poll the people, the unconsidered need first, pointing out something that these prospects don't know about and saying that need first and the solution and then what you were able to do, that was able to outbeat all of the other ones. All of the even outbeated the unconsidered need last, or the standard pitch, or the value add pitch. Now we're saying this and you might say, oh, that sounds very simple. It sounds like it makes sense, but are you doing it?
And I would ask the question again, are you doing that? And you're probably not, and maybe if you are, congratulations. But I guarantee that most of us, we didn't think about doing that. We go with the traditional approach because that's what the company's taught us and that's what we've used for years. But your prospects, they don't care about that stuff. Give them something they do not know in a professional, educational manner that can get them to say, wow, this company knows my business and know my industry, they know value. They bring value to me. So I hope that it's able to make sense to you. If you'd like to check out TSE Hustlers League, simply go to this episode show note page, thesalesevangelist.com/the word episode 370. Again, thesalesevangelist.com/the word episode number 370. And there you can get access to everything that we have to offer in the show notes. You can also learn a little bit more about TSE Hustlers League. You can learn about the Do Big Things conference. And you can also join and become a member for $1 for the first month. You can't beat that. So all in all, I want you to be successful. I want you to be happy. But most importantly, I want you to go out and do big things. Stay tuned for a peek at our next episode.
Don't ever sell something you don't believe in. The only thing I'm selling, I know will make this person's life better. Whether it be a home that I've put love and care into, fixed up and made gorgeous, or whether it be the product that I'm selling on stage. The only reason I'm selling that product on stage is because I made it and it has my name on it and I have integrity behind it. Or if I'm selling someone else's product, I always am a student of it.